Good morning to all our listeners of Hot Topic and Fresh News on this Wednesday, May 16, 2024. Breaking news today as Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico survives an assassination attempt. Multiple shots were fired at Fico in the town of Handlova, where he sustained injuries to his stomach and arm. The attack, which took place during a local meeting, is believed to be politically motivated. Authorities have detained a suspect, a 71-year-old writer and political activist, at the scene. This incident occurs amidst a controversial time in Slovak politics, with thousands protesting against proposed reforms to abolish Slovakia's public broadcaster. The surgery was successful, and although Fico remains hospitalized, his condition is not life-threatening. This event has sparked a widespread condemnation, with leaders calling it an attack on democracy itself. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing story and provide updates on Prime Minister Fico's condition and the broader political implications. Good morning, and welcome to Hot Topic and Fresh News. I'm your host Emily Norma, joining you from New York City.
And I'm David, here with you from San Francisco.
It's great to have you with us, David. Listeners, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our daily updates. Straight to the hot topics.
Could you explain what led up to the shooting incident involving the Slovak Prime Minister?
Absolutely. Prime Minister Robert Fico, known for his controversial stance on ending military aid to Ukraine and sanctions on Russia, was at a meeting in Handlova when he was attacked. He's a divisive figure, both in Slovakia and within the European Union, which may have motivated the assassination attempt.
From the reports, it seems the shooting was quite unexpected. How did it unfold exactly?
Yes, it was quite sudden. The gunman was among a small crowd of Fico's supporters outside a cultural center. He managed to fire 5 shots at a very close range, hitting Fico in the stomach and arm. The security was taken completely by surprise, and there's harrowing footage of the Prime Minister being rushed to safety by his officers.
And what's the latest on his condition?
The Deputy Prime Minister Tomas Taraba has stated that Fico's surgery went well and he's no longer in a life-threatening condition. Despite earlier fears when he was said to be fighting for his life, it now appears he will survive.
Didn't quite catch that. What was the breaking news? Could you provide more details?
Certainly. The breaking news is that despite the severity of the attack, Prime Minister Robert Fico's condition has stabilized after surgery. He was shot during a meeting in Handlova, and a 71-year-old writer and political activist has been detained as a suspect. The incident has been widely condemned and is seen as an attack on democracy. Fico is expected to make a recovery, but the situation remains tense given the political backdrop of his policies and the recent protests against government reforms.
Can you shed some light on the political climate in Slovakia that led up to this attack?
Certainly. The shooting coincided with a very controversial period in Slovak politics. Prime Minister Fico has been pushing for significant changes, including the abolition of Slovakia's public broadcaster, RTVS. This move sparked massive protests across the country, with thousands of citizens expressing their dissent.
And how has the political opposition reacted to these developments?
The opposition, along with many in the media, have been very vocal against Fico's policies. In fact, Deputy Prime Minister Taraba accused the opposition and the media of creating a hostile environment through what he termed false narratives, which he believes contributed to the climate that led to the shooting.
With such a charged atmosphere, what has been the immediate impact of the shooting on the country?
The impact has been profound. An opposition-led demonstration was cancelled right after the news of the shooting broke. Moreover, the rhetoric from within the government suggests a deep blame game, with some officials, including Interior Ministry Stock, directly accusing the media and opposition of fostering hatred.
What's been the broader reaction to this incident?
Slovakia's outgoing President Zuzana Čaputová voiced a poignant reflection on the incident, stressing that the hateful rhetoric prevalent in society can lead to such hateful acts. It's a moment of national reflection on how political discourse is conducted. Moving forward, this incident not only disrupts Slovakia's internal politics but also raises questions about the stability of its government's current path. As we watch how Prime Minister Fico navigates this crisis, the international community remains keenly interested in the implications for broader European politics, especially with Fico's recent moves like halting military aid to Ukraine. Thanks for tuning into Hot Topic and Fresh News today. We've delved deep into the recent dramatic events in Slovakia and the implications for both their national politics and international relations. Your engagement with our channel is invaluable. Please subscribe, activate notifications, and share our content. Every like, comment, and share helps keep our community informed and growing.
And remember, laughter is the best medicine, even in news. We've got some intriguing stories lined up that you won't want to miss. Keep those notifications on so you're always the first to know when we drop the latest scoop. We're here every day, bringing you the freshest insights with a dash of humor.
We're incredibly grateful for your support and enthusiasm. Looking forward to having you with us in the next episode.
So keep those eyes peeled and your ears open. There's always something brewing on the horizon here at Hot Topic and Fresh News.
Stay in the loop, keep your eyes on the news, our channel's content will amuse.